Good morning, it's Saturday. This is Josh Widdicombe, and this is XFM. I've said that twice now. Let's make it clear from the off, I think, just in case anyone's mistakenly tuned in. That is mainly... good morning, producer Neil.
Good morning, Josh.
I've just realised, by saying it's XFM, that's not going to encourage people to listen, because if they wanted XFM, then we've already got them. All it is going to do is push away people that didn't want XFM.
Maybe they were flicking around and went, that's a great song, I wonder what radio station are playing that. And then you've told them.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting point, but I think my point holds.
Okay.
We should really be saying, good morning, this is Radio 2.
No.
Because they've got the highest viewing listening figures. So we'll just get lots of people. And I'm Terry Wogan. Think of the numbers, Neil. Think of the numbers. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you very much. Yeah, a little bit tired, but I'm good.
A little bit tired. Classically, Neil's response since becoming I was going to say a young father, but it's more of a father of a young child.
I'm a young father.
How old are you exactly?
30.
30, yeah, you're kind of... I'd say that's the medium, that's the mean.
Okay.
Maybe not the mode, but it's the mean.
Oh, it's too early for maths.
Yeah, it's never too early for maths, right? How do you think your alarm clock works? Maths.
Magic,
yeah. It's probably not maths, by the way. I mean, there's one for any other business next week. I'm pretty sure it's not maths. So at this point, usually you get to do a shout-out to all the listeners on this Radio 2 show. And Neil's not enjoying that banter. He finds it quite awkward. He thinks we're going to get told off. So let's make it very clear, this is definitely XFM. And I'm definitely Terry Wogan. You've got some you normally do shout-outs at this stage. Last week I brought you 2 shout-outs at you from your heroes in broadcasting, Claudia Winkleman and Sarah Beanie. So now it's your turn to kind of reciprocate and shout out to the nation. Have you got some requests?
Yeah, some requests for shout-out came in last week and across the week as well.
Normally you do them in a kind of genre. You've done a kind of pirate radio before, you've done local radio. What are you going to do this week?
I'm just going to do sleepy shout-outs.
Okay, you're really setting the tone. What I like is you're really setting the tone. You've got that bulldog spirit that has both made England in the toughest World Cup group and England's cricket team, you know, on the verge of a 5-0 whitewash in Australia. That's what we like.
Right, here we go. Edgy working in Bolton. That's for you. Rose Pennington via your gig earlier in the week, Josh.
Oh yeah, Rose Pennington. Her husband came up.
A little bit down, mate.
Sorry,
chill out.
Her husband came up to me and he said that they listen on a Saturday morning, and if you do a shout out, he won't have to get her a Christmas present.
Okay. Maz on his way to the airport. Colin, who never misses the podcast, so he'll catch up later in the week. Damien, who needs to get out more. Sarah, who's making toast, and Lizzie heading towards the Saturday grind. That was all for you.
Can I just ask when the one who was making toast, Sarah, sent it in?
That was, I think, in the week. It came in via email.
I don't. Yeah, she's probably finished the toast by now, but otherwise it's definitely burnt.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
I'm forever on XFM. Callum has tweeted us now to say he was enjoying that.
Oh,
no mention of you or me. So, you know, it's a kind of curate's egg of a tweet. It's a boost, but also, you know, a bit of a kick in the teeth for your shout-outs. He said, Callum Street, he likes Haim, has no interest in having a shout-out. Thank you very much. I mean, he hasn't said that, but it was implicit. Yeah. Now we come on to the section of the show where we wrap up some loose ends from last week, any other business, where our listeners become as pedantic as they want. That's what we're trying to encourage them to just pick up any factual errors or any interesting trivia or anything they really want to say of what happened last week, and you will either uphold or reject their appeal on any other business. So let's start with Francesca Murphy. Dear Josh and producer Neil, last week you stipulated there was to be no more correspondence about the
Rejected.
You're rejecting that straight away?
Yeah, because we stipulated no more correspondence.
On the Route 66 debacle?
Yeah, rejected.
However, I've found it increasingly... No. Okay. I mean, that is a kick in the teeth. Particularly because she starts as Francesca Murphy and signs off Seska. Or Cheska even, as if we'd become firm friends, but you threw that friendship back in her face, Neil. Tiredness can do various things to a new parent of a normal age. David Pryor, and my mum brought this up as well. So, but we're going to credit David Pryor on this, because you know, my mum's going to listen anyway, but we're trying to, you know, make sure David Pryor keeps listening to us on Radio 2. XFM. In your previous show, you made reference to a judge's mallet. This is incorrect. What you should have referred to is a judge's gavel.
Oh.
Egg on my face. A mallet is a hammer with a large, usually wooden, head. A gavel is a small hammer. Its etymology is unknown. I trust you will now correctly make reference to the same. Yours truly, David. P.S. Judges in England and Wales do not use gavels in their courtroom. So how do they keep order?
Stern.
Just
words.
stern. Just through you know the class-ridden society that we have today. You need it in America, where you know the American dream can lead to people getting above themselves. In Britain, people know where they stand.
Yeah.
So you're going to uphold or reject that one?
I'm going to uphold it. It's fact.
It's fact.
It's 2 facts, in fact.
It is 2 facts. Yeah, that's extra. I mean, that's almost the perfect any other business email. Okay, George and Ryan. Hello, Josh, and awesome producer Neil. Rejected?
Upheld.
Awesome producer Neil. It's unbelievable. Now, on last week's show, you were asked if you had any American listeners and replied with a no. I am British and I moved to America for uni. I mean, this is... Move to America for uni and listen to the second half of your show when I wake up on Saturdays, as well as listen to the podcast during the trip to class from my apartment. So there, a listener across the pond, George Ann. That is not an American listener, I'm afraid. I mean, we don't have any... A Brit abroad does not count as American.
It's my decision. I'm upholding it.
You can't uphold that. It's like describing Piers Morgan as American or Brad Friedel as British. You know, the two main swaps that we've had there. You're upholding that one.
Yes.
I think I need you replaced. I mean, if you're not going to play the game properly, any of our business is going to become a farce. Ryan White. Clear my throat for this one.
Yep.
As a student, Saturday mornings do not come easy for me. Therefore, the podcast is my only short source for shout-outs and scrapes. However, imagine my horror when I found there is a discrepancy in Neil's catchphrase. Early on, Neil's catchphrase is established as morning, and he continues to use this when prompted. Then, all of a sudden, it changes to good morning. While I'm sure this is all good-natured, a morphed version of the catchphrase damages all the show's hard-fought credibility. Ryan. I couldn't agree with him more.
Yeah, I'm going to have to uphold... If he's listened back, I'm going to uphold that one, yeah, so...
Yeah. Did you feel the awesome producer Neil suddenly not so awesome?
Yeah.
And finally, Tom Sheridan. Last week you mentioned Match of the Day and the Lightning Seeds. Life of Riley, of course we did. I don't remember that, but that sounds exactly like something we'd do. Can you play it, please? As I forgot what a great song it is. Stroke was.
Okay, I saw this one earlier in the week because it came into my inbox. So what I've done is, Tom, you will get the Life of Riley later on in the show.
Oh, what a treat, Tom. Keep listening.
But I've also sprinkled in a few other songs that were used for Goal of the Month.
Oh!
So, Josh, you have to identify those songs when you think
that is exciting. The awesome
played.
Producer Neil strikes again. Okay, well, so this next one's the Gigolo Aunts, Where I Find My Heaven, which I don't think is one. So let's play it. Are you going to reveal them at the end of the show?
No, I'll go as we go along.
Okay.
And you were correct, this wasn't a match of the day.
That was close. I thought it might be, but it was, in fact, the theme to Game On.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
It's 10:31, so I think it's about time that we get around to business, Neil. No more any other business. Let's get around to the things we actually want to talk about today. The two topics that we are throwing open to the nation or the nation that are listening anyway. I think that's the way to do it, isn't it?
The nations that are listening.
The nations that are listening. We have got a tweet saying there's an American that listens to the show. We'll hold that back for next week because I know people will be on tenterhooks. Which one will it be? Which one of those Americans over there that I've seen on my TV set? So famously in Hollywood. I hadn't heard of them. Now, the two things we want to talk about today, because I'm getting excited about Christmas. There you go, I'll throw it out there. We are, as a brief aside on that, we do have a Christmas-based quiz in the third hour, which I've set up, I'm excited. I'm more excited about the Christmas quiz than I am about Christmas. You know how children fail to sleep before Christmas? I'm struggling to get to sleep before my Christmas quiz. Although obviously I can't sleep, I've got a radio show to do, so it's probably a good thing. So I think, have you ever been to someone else's family for Christmas? You've got a wife.
Yeah, I normally spend Christmas Day with the wife's family.
Now, do you find their traditions and like? I spent Christmas away from my family once with my girlfriend, and the issue you have with it is you see that they don't do Christmas exactly like you.
Yeah.
You want it to be done exactly the same as you. And it turns out that because everyone's got slight different quirks during their Christmas like that. So did you find it annoying, or do you... Well, you can't really say, I suppose, because they're listening.
No, I loved it, hence why I married into the family.
Oh, bit of a kick in the teeth for the Ferns, but...
Oh, no, we spend Christmas Day with Boxing Day. Yeah, we do Christmas Day on Boxing Day with my family.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Headline act. That's the way you see it. Either that. I mean, it's difficult to choose, Neil, but you've made your choice. You've picked your team. I think because I like the unique family traditions or quirks that are only unique to you or families you've been a part of. My favourite thing on Christmas Day is my friend Tom Gibbs will tweet his Gibbs family Christmas throughout the day, and they've got. It's fascinating to observe what another family gets up to on Christmas Day. # Gibbs family Christmas, well worth following on Christmas Day.
Your Christmas Day might be quite dull if you're following someone else's Christmas.
Oh no, but what you do, you don't do it. You don't do it throughout the day.
Right.
You do it in like 2 sittings. Other people will get books. I'll just read Gibbs family Christmas. So. Do your family have any unique traditions or quirks? Is it just Christmas or generally?
I think generally. We open
generally, but double points for Christmas. You've got more likely to be read out of Christmas, but we want generally. Your family or any family you've been with. And the other one, we're just calling the worst online purchase you have ever made. Mm-hmm. I think that speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's very easy to make that kind of error. Have you ever...
I nearly did, because I discovered on Amazon America, you can buy small...
We've got listeners over there.
Yeah, we have. You can buy small amounts of radioactive material.
Can you? Blimey.
Yeah, for obviously school and stuff like that. If you're in science, you can...
Yeah.
I kind of thought about that, and then I thought, no, actually shipping it over here, not a good idea, and it'd probably lead to an arrest.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, of course. I did a gig in Milton Keynes, and I didn't realise it was slightly outside Milton Keynes, and the town was the home of Amazon, which was very exciting. But they still have to get it delivered by mail, even though the building is like next door to their house. You still have to order it online, which I find astonishing, and the kind of red tape that is ruining this country.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Bombay Bicycle Club, this is XFM. I don't know why I said it in that way, but, you know, you've got to kind of mix it up a bit. And talking of mixing it up, Neil, let's go highbrow for a minute and welcome our resident literary critic and fan of the celebrity novel, Mr. Matthew Crosby.
Hello, the celebrity novel. I like that.
That's the wrong word, isn't it?
You never know. It's autobiography is the word we usually use.
Yeah.
You never know if they're made up or not. I'm gonna get straight into this because this feels like it's been made up, but this is I believe genuinely true. Now I normally read from sort of slightly dodgy, like slightly low rent. But this is actually pretty incredible. I'm going to read from Sharon Osbourne's Extreme, my autobiography, and this is her story of. It needs no introduction. It's her story of taking Ozzy Osbourne, her husband, and she was his manager, around Europe. This is a brilliant story as opposed to the stories I usually read. So she's just been to France.
Oh, but can I just say, just as an aside, Matthew, I'm doing a TV show tomorrow, and Kimberly Walsh is on there. Talking about her autobiography.
Fantastic. So can you say
I'll say it's been read from on the radio. I'll say there's I don't want to excite you, but we compared you to Morrissey.
Yes, that's in a very positive light.
Oh, in a very positive light. Shall I tell Kimberly Walsh I think she's better than Morrissey?
I think she's in the same league as Morrissey.
Okay.
I'd say she's in the same league. You can certainly be used in the same sentence as Morrissey. Right, let's crack on with this story because I want to get into it because this is incredible. Now they've just met. They went to France first, And Ozzy ruined the meeting with the French record label by asking the head of the French record label to punch him in the face. Next came Germany. Germany is a huge market for Ozzy's genre of music, probably the biggest market in Europe. And the German record company have organised a formal dinner because they're also entertaining a young American couple who've won this radio contest in the States to see Ozzy's show and have dinner with him afterwards.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we're all there after the gig, and Ozzy is out of his mind. He strips off all but his socks and shoes. Picture it, everything out. And he gets up onto a table, puts his right index finger under his nose to look like Hitler, and with his left arm extended starts to goose-step up and down the table, doing the Heil Hitler salute. Then he comes to a halt in front of the head of the record company, who was all hair and beard, and picks up this guy's wine glass and plops his balls into it, bangs them in the wine, then bangs the wine back on the table. Apart from the sound of Ozzy's shoes clumping on the wooden table and the tinkling of glass that he'd knocked over, there was an eerie silence. "You're all Nazis over here," Ozzy said. And he climbed off the table, straight into the head honcho's lap, straddling him, then wrapping his legs around him, bare-bottomed, wine all over his...
Oh, my word.
And said, "Kiss me, you fool." Like that. Grabbed him by the back of the head, pulled it and stuck his tongue down his throat. Meanwhile, the two kids from California, the contest winners, are sitting there transfixed like deer in the headlights. Anyway, it was goodbye Germany, goodbye France. On the plane to the States, I was ripping up the contracts into confetti. We were supposed to be going to Italy, but I hadn't the stomach for it. It is a brilliant book.
That does sound amazing.
I mean, you know, the thing is, in your career, you'll often go, "Oh, I better not mess this up. I better not mess this meeting up. I better not mess this gig up." It just goes to show you can pretty much do anything and still get away with it.
That is unbelievable. I mean, to say that is a different level from Fern Britton's autobiography is the understatement of a lifetime.
Apples and oranges.
I like to imagine that was part of Kimberly Walsh's autobiography in a kind of later chapter.
I'd like to imagine that if you meet Kimberly Walsh next week, you're going to strip off and dip your balls in her wine. That's what I'd like to imagine.
Tune in to ITV tomorrow morning. Thank you very much, Matthew.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Pumped Up Kicks, Foster the People, and this morning, Neil, I have heard you are putting in songs from Football Focus. I have to guess them. Was that one?
Correct, that was one.
Yes, get in, I win.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
There it is, Biffy Clyro, this is XFM. I'm now aware how that song ends, so that was height of professionalism until I highlighted what I'd done. This is Josh Widdicombe. Two things we're talking about this morning. Now, this is brilliant. They've gone very well, so we've got some brilliant tweets in. So over the next couple of hours, genuinely, the subject of unique family traditions or quirks, and everyone's gone with Christmas, so it is now, but we're going to pare it down to just Christmas, is turned up some amazing things. We'll start with this, and then we'll move on throughout the day. Kim Sunny in Norwich. No, that's the wrong one. That is coming later. That's coming later, but this one, sorry, Moomin Mania. Well, let's do both. Kim Sunny in Norwich. My family put ready salted crisps in our Christmas dinner. Not sure why, but it's good. Totally the most... I mean, that's not a thing. Crushed up, presumably.
You would hope.
I mean, nothing brings out the taste of a roast potato like a ready salted crisp. Where do they put them?
If you want chicken-flavoured crisps, buy chicken-flavoured crisps.
That's unbelievable. Second, on this. Well, let's do one of them, and we'll do one also on the... Oh, sorry, I've drifted away from the mic there in my astonishment at the ready salted crisp debacle of Kim Sunny and Norwich. Kim Sunny, can we have some more details on that? Although I'm not... Yeah, you know. How? Crushed up?
Are they served, like, in a bowl?
In a
crushed
bowl?
up and you sprinkle them? Or are they part
I imagine they're cooked in.
Into like the stuffing?
Kim Sunny, you've raised more questions than you've answered. Amazing. Or like, do they set fire to them and put them on the Christmas pudding? Wow. I like the fact that it's specified ready salted. Not sure why, but it's good. Anyway, on. It's on. It's not in, so it's on. So it must be on top. I mean, I'd say that's probably, you know, that's how I imagine David Cameron imagines the working classes live. It's the most astonishing thing I've ever heard. Right, the other subject is the worst thing you've bought online. This is, which also we've got some great things on. I can't work out what the name of this is. Rate Era. Why my partner bought me a salmon, open brackets, whole, close brackets, online. A salmon? Ill-advised, I'd suggest. Well, put some really salted crisps on it. It'll bring out the flavour. I mean, that's not a thing, is it?
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Joined now for the rest of the show by comedian Nish Kumar. Good morning.
Good morning.
You've got a big smile on your face.
Just really happy to see you, Josh.
Because
I'm always really happy to see you. Also, I like the fact that you introduced me as comedian Nish Kumar, as if I'd have my name changed by default to comedian Nish Kumar.
Well, your Edinburgh show, your show. I mean, we might as well start by promoting.
Yeah.
The show you're here to promote is called Nish Kumar as a comedian.
Yes, that's right.
So
Josh.
you started it, mate.
Yeah, I did start it.
Now, your show, which you did in Edinburgh.
Yes.
And you're now doing at the Soho Theatre from the 7th of December.
9th of December.
9th of
this
December.
Monday, 9th of December until the 21st.
9th to the 21st at 9 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, even I don't know the time.
And you were saying to me earlier that you want, if anyone's got like a Christmas office party that you don't know what to do with, or you've got like a works do, or just like you're really drunk, head on down.
Josh and I were talking about nightmare scenarios. And what he's basically done is taken the words away that I said, which were, I really hope there are no, and replaced them with, please come along if you are.
So if you are, please don't come down to this show. No, there's no...
Great. My PR people are going to kill me, because every time I either forget the details or say things like, look, don't come to the show if you're going to misbehave.
There's a 2-drink max.
There's a 2-drink max, yeah.
You need a certain... Is it true that you need 3 A levels of A to C grades to get in as well?
Well, I mean, we're going to say 5 GCSEs between A star and C.
Okay.
And it's an AAB entrance. It's like getting into a top-level university. Come and see one of my shows.
And there is an interview also.
There is an interview, yeah.
Now, no pressure on you sat here, but the last 3 weeks... I think you're of a calibre.
Right.
I'm just making a point.
Okay.
The 11 to 1 slot on this show the last 3 weeks have, in the following order, been Jack D, Stephen Merchant and Stuart Francis.
Right.
So
better than all of them.
Are you?
I'm the 4th head in that Mount Rushmore of comedy.
That's good. That is good.
Francis, Merchant. You think Kumar
D.
immediately
D.
before D. You think Kumar before D.
You think Kumar before D?
Yeah, you do think Kumar before D.
Kumar before D, except after C. That's the phrase. No, the things we're talking about this morning. The worst thing you've ordered online. Also, worst thing you've bought online, and strange family Christmas traditions. Do you have anything to offer on either of these?
My family Christmas traditions are fairly low-key, apart from one, which is when I was growing up. My dad would refuse to eat Christmas food. He refused to eat Christmas food.
Any, or just the dinner?
Just the dinner. He would have one mouthful of turkey and be like, wow, oh, what a delicious meal. Happy Christmas. Now that's over. And so my grandmother, we used to go up to grandmother's house in Leicester, and she would have to make a kind of separate Indian meal.
Amazing.
But my father was a Christmas racist.
So
normally, all throughout the year,
full Indian meal, like poppadoms.
Yeah, like a full Indian meal that was kept separate from the Christmas meal because my father is a Christmas racist.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Normally, all throughout the year, the man's got quite cosmopolitan taste buds, but for some reason, on December the 25th...
Would he have a hot towel as well at the
Yeah, right. He insisted it be served by a guy wearing a bow tie and a waistcoat who was also here studying for a degree in physics.
Well, if you have any of them, 83936 or tweet us at XFM. That is Christmas traditions, not people over here in a bow tie studying for astrophysics.
Josh Widdicombe Podcast XFM.
Ordinary Love by U2. If you heard a boom sound, that was Nish putting down his cup of coffee.
Apologies.
That's Nish Kumar who is here, and we are talking this morning about strange family Christmas traditions, and we've had quite a lot in this. Set yourselves down, listeners. Plump up a cushion, pour yourself a glass of Merlot, and enjoy one of the greatest texts we've ever received. This is from Joe in London. We'll go through this bit by bit, Nish, and you can have a feel for...
Okay.
Well, I'll go through it. And
I'm already concerned about your listenership if they're pulling up a glass of Merlot at 11:20 in the morning. Really worried. Yeah. I know, Josh, I know you've attracted slightly rougher fan base in more recent years, but this
Pull yourself a glass of Merlot, start drinking, and you'll be ready for Nish's show at the Soho Theatre at 9 p.m. Right. Josh...
Good start.
Sorry, I'm just excited. Good start, yeah. Solid. Familiar. My fiance's family have a traditional Christmas game called Whose Pants Are These?
First of all, let's get this out of the way. That's not Josh's fiancée. That's definitely Josh's family.
No, Joe.
John, it's definitely his own
I
family.
think the fiancé's...
The fiancée does not exist. That's the first lie in this.
She did exist until she played Whose Pants Are These? Right. The rules are simple.
Sure.
Each member of the family, comma, no age exclusion, comma, brings a pair of these undercrackers, nice festive reference, to Auntie Angie's house on the 27th of December. Right. I mean, when he heard the subject come up, he must have gone, I got anything on that. Oh, yeah, I've actually.
I disagree. I think he's had this story and has listened every single week and thought, when will they ask about either weird Christmas traditions or places you put your pants? When will that be the burning topic on the Josh Widdicombe?
Sadly, he missed it a month ago when places you put your pants was one of the topics we talked about. Right.
You guys don't skirt the big issues.
No, we don't. You know. Right, let's recap. Whose pants are these? The rules are simple. Each member of the family, no age exclusion, brings a pair of their undercrackers to Auntie Angie's house on the 27th of December. You hand your pants in at the door.
It's like the world's most scuzziest swingers party.
It gets better. And that very evening, each pair are modelled by younger members of the family. You have to note down which pair belongs to which family member.
What? This is like a Christmas movie directed by Michael Haneke.
It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard. It's a hoot, but incredibly unnerving if you're a new joiner. And then he's added, the winner gets nothing under current rules. What would you suggest? Stopping the game.
I mean, having everyone involved sectioned. The prize should be a weekend at some sort of sanatorium. That is insane.
That's one of the... I like the details. Auntie Angie's house.
Auntie Angie's house. Also, the fact that it's modelled by the
I think we know
younger
what kind of
members.
house Auntie Angie's house is. Unbelievable.
It's so bizarre. So you just turn up... Imagine having to explain that on the way, like his fiancée.
Have you got your pants?
Have you got...
Yeah, I'm wearing them. No, you need to...
Have you got the spare pants that I told you to bring? Yeah, I mean, I thought it was weird at the time.
When would you, if you were Joe's fiancée, when would you bring that up in the relationship? You'd have to be... I think it's probably after engagement.
I think if you come from a family that plays that game, you brought it up on the first date. I'm saying if you've grown up around Auntie Angie, you probably don't have a great idea about human boundaries. You definitely, instead of opening with a handshake, will often open with a full kiss on the mouth.
Hi, I'm Claire, and this is my little sister modelling my knickers.
Oh, shouldn't have said they were mine. That's giving the game away. Right, we'll have to start again.
Right, well, I mean, unbelievable. Genuinely one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. So, if you've got anything more, it doesn't need to be that.
I was going to say, you are opening Pandora's box by asking for any stranger traditions.
Josh Widdicombe Podcast XFM.
Rachel. Now, hello, that was Temper Trap. And, what
Anything to say about that song?
Oh!
I think that might have been the goal of the month.
Yeah, throughout the show, I producer Neil have been peppering in.
I had no idea. Do you know, that's how out of touch I've got with Match of the Day.
Yeah, Temper Trap was the goal of the month theme.
But do they still do Goal of the Month? They do, don't they?
Yeah, but it's just not a competition
It's not a
anymore.
competition.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Josh Widdicombe, and joined for the final hour by comedian Harriet Kemsley. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good.
All is well.
Good. We should also say Nish Kumar's still loitering.
Still rocking in the free world.
He is. Now, if you... Constantly. If you enjoyed the link between the two songs, Nish pressed the buttons because Neil had to go to the toilet, so that was very exciting.
Really nailed it.
Impressive.
Absolutely nailed it.
And then you two high-fived.
It was like the final scene of a film. Really, it was like the end of like the new Breakfast Club. Me and Harriet, the misfits, who were allowed to take over the radio station.
Well, I do feel that you are correct on that front. Now, Harriet, we're talking about a couple of things today. I think the one that seems to have taken off more than any subject we've talked about in a while, Neil, is your family's traditions at Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Any unique... Where are the Kemsleys from?
From Canterbury in Kent.
Canterbury, very nice.
Yeah, farm.
Farm?
hand. Yeah.
You're a farmhand. You are wearing a plaid shirt.
I am. I dressed, my family plaid. No, I didn't
Oh,
go.
yeah. If it was, I would have... In fact, we were all in plaid shirts except Nish.
Oh, yeah.
So there we
I'm
go.
a city mouse. What can I say?
So what's the Kemsley Christmas like?
It's nice. It's lots of family, and I still get a stocking.
Do you?
Yeah,
How old are you?
I know.
It's rude to ask, but how old are you?
No, I'm 26. I think Father Christmas hasn't realised I'm a woman yet. I don't know what happened, but
That's amazing.
yeah, it is, and it's what.
By the way, on the subject of Father Christmas, can I just warn you, don't in this conversation mention any facts you might know as an adult about Father Christmas.
I don't know
that
any.
children wouldn't, because me and Neil got in trouble for doing that a few months ago. We got a very irate text. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm still fixated on the fact that Father Christmas hasn't realised I'm a woman yet. Sounds like a Morrissey lyric. That's amazing. It's like an unreleased Smith song.
My favourite is we've had some in. we had the amazing ones earlier. Moomin Mania. And that's their name. It's not just what's sweeping the UK. Do you remember the Moomins?
Yeah, I remember the Moomins
Probably
well.
too young for
Oh
Moomins.
no, I
right?
remember the Moomins.
Have they realised you're a woman yet?
No one has.
Family traditions on Christmas Day. We have to walk downstairs in height order. Open brackets, smallest first, close brackets. And if we go down on our own, the presents disappear.
It's like the Sound of Music.
That's not true, is it, Neil?
What?
Well, do you think that's a true fact?
Well, I reckon so. It's a family tradition. It's up to them to... Well, I'm not going to rule on it.
See if this one... You're not going to rule on it.
We've already had a family that plays a game called Whose Pants Are These?
Yeah,
I can't believe we're now questioning the implausibility of that one.
How about this one from El Murphy? On our Christmas walk, my dad always hides random objects about his person and hopes a conversation point will herald its unveiling. Previous objects have included a banana, a full box of chocolates, a flask of tea and a torch.
Is her dad Inspector Gadget? Where is he storing all of this stuff?
Well, the thing with that is, a full box of chocolates and a banana, a flask of tea and a torch, that you could take that on a walk anyway. Admittedly, if you were imagining the Christmas walk was going to take a very dark, kind of grim turn. I don't know on that.
It's a family tradition. We're normally gone till New Year's. Just take a full 10 tins of beans.
I've got a banana. If you're low on sugar, I've got a box of Black Magic. So, it doesn't say to specify which box of chocolates it is. I think, Neil, what's your favourite?
I'm partial to Cadbury's being from Birmingham, so...
Unbelievable, but I'm glad that for the first time you've admitted that you're not Scottish. So if you have any more...
Neil's doing a caught-out face there. like Josh's Frost Nixon.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
Editors on XFM. I thought Nish had been caught on the mic there. I thought the mic had come up at the end of his sentence, which was just, she didn't know why she did it. And I thought that would have been the greatest cliffhanger of all time. We still have Nish Kumar, Harriet Kemsley, and producer Neil in the room. Good
And
afternoon.
producer Nish Kumar.
Producer Nish Kumar, who's pressed two buttons and slightly let it go to his head. Now, Harriet, I'll let you press the buttons before the end, Harriet, and then it'll show Nish that it's, not that I was about to say that it's easy, but that sounds like...
What are you saying?
All I'm saying is when you're out the room, Neil, we almost just locked the door and went with it. I'll just keep the producer's rate as well, thank you very much. Now, Harriet and Nish, I was about to just start reading it. I'll tell, as I say, that this is a text. Otherwise, it would just sound like I'm having a breakdown. 'Cause I almost said, Harriet and Nish, my ex's family. Now,
Confessions with Josh Widdicombe.
Jenny from Manchester has tweeted in on the subject of family Christmas traditions. My ex's family sang Happy Birthday to You, open brackets to Jesus, close brackets, before opening the presents on Christmas Day. I don't know. Is that acceptable?
Well, it's thoughtful.
It is. Is it what you would have wanted?
They have a cake as well and candles.
Yeah, 2,000 candles. Have you ever been to a non-family... have you ever been to anyone else's house for Christmas?
No, but my boyfriend started coming, which is really awkward when we do the stockings. I have to sneak out.
So does he not get a stocking?
No, because we open the presents in my parents' bed.
You say we. How many other people are involved?
Oh, the extended
Have
family,
you got
and
siblings?
uncles.
Have you got
aunts.
siblings?
Yeah, I've got a younger brother and a younger sister.
Do you do it in high order?
So let's go into this tradition. What kind of time of day is it?
It's because.
How big is their bed?
It's quite a squeeze.
It gets tighter every year as
For the
well.
benefit of the listeners, Harriet's face is currently that of someone who's just realising what she's saying as she's saying it.
So let's go through this. You wake up on Christmas morning. Have you got to sleep? Or are you too excited about the...
Too excited. Yeah, it was really sweet like 20 years ago, but this tradition is still happening. And then, it's about 8 in the morning and I have to sneak out of my room and leave my boyfriend in bed.
Does he know that you're doing this, or is he finding this out now on radio?
He doesn't want to admit it to himself.
So you sneak out of your boyfriend's bed,
Yeah.
get into your parents' bed. Is the stocking at the end of their bed?
Yeah,
How old are your brother and sister?
24 and 20.
Wow, so in that bed, there's a combined age of almost 200. No, it's about 180.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that doesn't make it any better.
But you're right. Those 20 years really change everything.
So, you get into your parents' bed.
Yeah.
And so what's in your stocking?
Well, just the general kind of socks and things, but they always...
Socks?
Yeah,
So
lots
that's like
of...
Russian dolls.
Do you get the what is it? It's not kumquat. What is it? A tangerine?
Satsuma.
God.
Middle class.
You have gone really ever since Live at the Apollo. You have gone really exotic and decadent.
But instead of a piece of coal, I get a nuclear power station.
I get a kumquat in my gold stocking.
So you get the tangerine.
Yeah,
whatever.
but I'm really
Satsuma.
allergic to raw fruit and vegetables. And
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
when I was 17, I went to anaphylactic shock from some blackberries, and they still put it in every year. Every year, my hand touches
it's like
it.
a bush tucker trial.
Yeah, and it kind of starts burning, and I'm like, this is Satsuma, and then they all
Harriet's
laugh.
stocking ready. Yeah, we've got a Satsuma and a pen to inject her with adrenaline.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wow, so you're feeling about in there, and you don't know whether it's life or death.
No,
so what's
they're
the kind
all on tenterhooks. Is this going to be...
This is the best thing I've ever heard. I'm going to continue. I mean, James Acaster couldn't be here to do a scrape. I think we found a much more dangerous one. So what's the kind of top level present you'd get in there?
Maybe mascara or a bracelet.
I mean, I'm not sure it's worth it. When did you two stop getting stockings?
I don't think I ever had stockings. My parents always used to give me...
I tell you what, stockings would be the worst thing to hand in on the game. Whose underwear is this? Imagine if you, in Whose Pants Are These, if you jokingly bought some kind of
Stockings and a
racy
basque.
lingerie. Stockings and a basque. That'd be Nish.
He's decided to dress the younger members of the family.
What about you, Neil?
I can't think now. I think it was early 20s, but what my mum used to do, because we always used to go out with me and my mates on Christmas Eve, she'd put in items that would sober me up for the next morning. So I'd come in from the pub into my room and then kind of go, oh, stocking, eat loads of food. So I'd wake up without a
very
hangover.
shrewd.
Oh, right.
So you'd get 3 pints of water in your stocking.
Get a green apple and a black coffee.
Black coffee. A slap round the face.
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
All apologies, Nirvana on XFM. We would like to we do need to make an apology. There was a factual inaccuracy in Harriet's story. For any children listening, the reason that the Satsuma was in the stocking is it was not made by Mum, by Father Christmas.
Definitely
which
Father
is
Christmas.
Who makes the stockings. We made a factual error, and we do apologise to listeners for getting that wrong.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
coming up, in the spirit of Christmas, I've created a Christmas game. Very exciting. I'm a big fan of the Christmas channel, which I found on my TiVo box, and which plays only Hallmark Christmas movies.
All year.
No, it's not a year loud here. It's like only on for 2 months.
Okay.
So I've you're going to have to guess whether these are real synopsises or not of Christmas movies. This is coming up. We were trying to come up with a title. Nish came up with
You'll Never Guess, Y-U-L-E.
Yeah, very good. No, yeah, works better.
Tasty pun.
A tasty pun. Neil, however, has one. He went with
Do they know it's a Christmas movie?
Josh Widdicombe XFM.
still having a very Christmassy time with Nish Kumar and Harriet Kemsley.
Ho ho Nish.
Ho ho Nish. St. Nishless.
Nishmas Eve.
Nishmas Eve. Let's move on. Now, you might hear that we've got some Christmas music there because we're going to play my Christmas game, which is very exciting.
What's the name of it, Josh?
It is called Do They Know It's a Christmas Movie? Now, I'm a huge fan of the Christmas movie channel, which shows only Hallmark movies starring people you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And I've written down the descriptions. I've got 6 movies here. 3 of them are used by the Hallmark channel.
Okay.
3 I've created myself.
Oh.
And you're going to compete. The first that can get 3 right
Okay.
is the winner. So, would you like Harriet? You can go first. You both get a guess on each.
Okay.
But Harriet, choose a number 1 to 6.
4.
Number 4. Okay.
Strong choice
Strong choice.
you.
of number.
This is the 12,000. So here we go. The 12,000 Days of Christmas. 2012. After a child is granted a wish that every day is Christmas, she realises it isn't quite what she wished for. Genres: fantasy, holiday. Starring Kate Rowe and Daniel Francis.
Does it feature all 12,000 days?
I haven't. Let me make it clear. I haven't seen all of these, but what I'm presuming is, it would feature that there's going to be 12,000 days of Christmas. Each day is Christmas.
It's like The Hobbit, and they've had to split it into 3 parts. The longest film ever.
Well, I might or might not have come up with this.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying there's not holes in the plot.
I'm really delighted that one of the genres was fantasy and not documentary, as I previously assumed on the basis of the synopsis.
So, based on that, Harriet, would you say this is a real? Is this a real Christmas movie or not?
Well, I hope it isn't, because I never want to watch it, so I say it's not.
You're going with it's not.
I think it is.
You think it is?
That's got the ring of something.
Neil, you did want it to be ho ho no or ho ho yes. Well, we might as well. Harriet, is it ho ho no or ho ho yes?
It's ho ho no.
And it's a ho ho yes from NK47.
And it is a point to Harriet Kemsley.
Oh,
I'm enjoying this. Nish, get back in the game. Choose a number 1 to 6, not 4.
3.
3. Santa's Claus. Spelled C-L-A-W-S. 2007 this was made.
CLAWS.
Yeah, Santa's like his
claws,
claws, like claws.
Yeah.
After finding an enchanted lamp, Santa Claus is transformed into a hamster. Can he change back before Christmas Eve? This is fantasy, holiday and thriller, and it stars Alan Dale and Andy Serkis.
Andy
Oh.
Serkis?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about a film where you need a mocap actor, I'm assuming Serkis plays the gerbil.
What was it? Hamster.
Plays the hamster, yeah.
In Santa's Claus.
I mean, so Santa Claus, why does the magic lamp... is that what he wished for?
He finds a magic lamp. No, it's enchanted. It's not magic.
Right,
Enchanted is quite a negative kind of term, isn't it?
Right, okay.
Which turns him into a hamster.
Well, I mean, I'm thrilled by that synopsis, so again, I'm glad that it's been classified as thriller.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about it, Harriet?
Does he have to deliver the presents as a hamster?
Well, no, he's got to. Can he change back before Christmas Eve?
Oh.
A hamster is not the most cinematic of animals. You really feel like I feel like Babe would have been a lot less successful if it had been about a hamster who was trying to be a sheepdog. It's really not the most mobile or visual of animals.
I'm going to have to rush you on an answer, Nish.
Okay.
Is it ho ho no or ho ho yes?
I'm going to go with ho ho no.
You don't think it's a Christmas
I don't
film?
think it's a
Harriet,
Christmas
you're 1-0 up
Ho
currently.
ho yes.
It's 1-1. Nish, the point to you. We'll do one more. I mean, this is exciting. We'll do one more, then we'll have a break, I think, and then we'll come back. So
Genuine
Harriet,
intense.
1, 2, 5 or 6?
1.
Carol's Christmas. Carol is spelled Karoll. 2004. A greetings card writer wants to renew his grouchy neighbour's holiday spirit after a misguided visit from Christmas ghosts. Comedy, fantasy and holiday, starring Tom Everett Scott and Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer's Mini-Me.
Yeah.
From the Austin Powers.
Of course
films.
it is.
Yeah, of course. Everyone, I'm a huge fan of Troyer's entire oeuvre.
Well, so are you a fan of Carol's Christmas?
I mean, I'm a fan of the title. I also love the fact that holiday is a genre of cinema. What's your favourite type of film? Definitely holiday. Definitely holiday films.
Harriet, how do you feel about Carol's Christmas?
I'm a bit confused. Is Carol a woman?
No, Carol, I'm presuming, is the greetings card writer.
Right.
Who must be kind of Czech or of Eastern European descent.
You're thinking of Carol Poborski, aren't
Yeah,
you?
Carol Poborski. Or it might be Andy Carroll, the West Ham centre forward. Either way, I'll read it to you again. Carol's Christmas. A greetings card writer wants to renew his grouchy neighbour's holiday spirit after a misguided visit from Christmas ghosts. Is it ho ho no or ho ho yes, Harriet Kemsley?
Ho ho yes.
Nish Kumar?
Well, I'm going to go with ho ho no.
It's 2-1 to Harriet Kemsley. That is a real film. You can watch that on the whatever channel it is. Let's play a song and then Harriet's 1 point from victory. This is The Life of Riley by the Lightning Seeds.
Josh Widdicombe Podcast XFM.
Life of Riley by the Lightning Seeds. Goes without saying, Neil, that is our third Goal of the Month song of the morning.
Yeah.
And who did you want? That goes right back to someone requesting it last week. Well, who was it?
Tom Sheridan.
Tom Sheridan, yeah. John Sheridan, of course, his brother, scored quite a few Goal of the Months for Sheffield Wednesday in the mid-90s. But let's move on. Now, we are in the middle of our Christmas game. Can you guess if it's a Christmas film or not called? Neil?
Do they know it's a Christmas movie?
So I have written down the synopsis for some Christmas movies I found on the Hallmark channel and made some up, and Nish Kumar and Harriet Kemsley are here guessing. Harriet is 2-1 up.
Yeah.
So there's 3 left. There's number 2, number 5 and number 6. It's your guess, Nish.
Right, I will go with number 5, Joshua.
Okay, here it is. Number 5, Christmas on Chestnut Street. 2006, this was. A department store ends up with an excess of Christmas lights. So the staff organise a competition for the best decorated house. Genres. This is listed under drama and holiday. Starring Kristen Dalton and Robert Maloney.
That's the most tedious sounding film I've ever heard in my life. In the last film, Santa turned into a hamster.
Yeah, but be aware that one was made up.
So do all the staff as well live on Chestnut Street?
I'd presume... Yeah, I presume that they must all... Yeah, I imagine it's their own houses, unless they're kind of giving the lights out.
It's so mundane.
I don't know. I mean...
Compare it to Fred Claus. It's really no competition.
I mean, I'll go through it again. So this will probably be about 90 minutes.
Right.
A department store ends up with an excess of Christmas lights. Do you reckon that comes in at about the 20-minute mark?
And also, first of all, I mean, that film... So the first 10 minutes are essentially a stock take. Essentially watching people just go through, what else have we got? We got baubles, yeah. We got lights, yeah. Too many, if anything.
So the staff organise a competition for the best decorated house. Harriet, would you go for, as Neil is making us go for, ho ho yes or ho ho no?
Well, I don't understand why they wouldn't just leave them as they were in the stockroom. So I'm going to say ho ho no.
Oh,
I'm going to say ho ho yes, because that sounds so mundane. It has to be real.
you're saying I haven't got the imagination to make that up?
I'm saying that you would not sit down and fabricate that tedious a story.
Nish, you are correct. It's 2-2. How exciting. So, the final one. Okay, Harriet, would you like number 2 or number 6? It's the decider.
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay, here we go.
This is so tense.
Trees, trees, trees. With an exclamation mark. 2008. A small-town American mistakenly buys all the Christmas trees in the world. He has to deliver them to every household before it is too late. This is listed as holiday comedy and natural world. And it stars John Mahoney and Clive Mantle.
John Mahoney is the doyen of Christmas movies, by the sounds of things.
No, there was Robert Maloney.
Oh, it was
in the
Robert
last one.
Maloney. Right, okay. Trees, trees, trees. I mean, I love any film that starts with the synopsis starts with a small town American. You know it's going to be all gold. All gold. Buys all the Christmas trees in the entire. How did he even? Was that just like a mistake?
I presume it'd be like some kind of mix-up. I don't think it. I like. You know, like when you're ordering online and you write the wrong number into the box.
Well, and instead of the wrong number, he wrote infinity.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about it, Harriet?
I think it's. I think it's not a film.
You think that's not a film? Trees, trees, trees.
Yeah. It has the best
terminology,
title.
please.
Right, sorry. Ho ho no.
Thanks.
I also think that it's not a film.
Well, you can do that and we'll take it into deadlock.
I actually really want it to be a film, so I'm going to say ho ho yes.
You're going to say ho ho yes.
I want somebody to have made a film where a man buys all the
to build up the
Christmas trees.
tension, it's 2-all, Dermot O'Leary style. Is Trees, Trees, Trees 2008, a small-town American mistakenly buys all the Christmas trees in the world. He has to deliver them to every household before it is too late. Holiday, comedy, natural world, starring John Mahoney and Clive Mantle. What's that sound?
It's tension.
It is not a film. Oh, I am sorry, Harry. You have one. Well done. So just to be clear, I thought the main clue was John Mahoney is the father from Frasier.
Oh, is
And
it?
Clive Mantle is in Casualty. Congratulations, Harriet. You don't win anything, but you know,
Joy.
just when Santa is preparing your stocking this year, maybe he'll give you an extra Satsuma.
Josh Widdicombe.
We share the same sun, the Stereophonics, and that brings us to the end of the show. It's been an absolute pleasure, hasn't it, Neil?
Great show today. Thank you.
It's been I mean, Trees, Trees, Trees really was the highlight for me.
Yeah, take that, Jack D and Stuart Francis.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need big names. You can get people no one's heard of, and that'll be funny. So, Nish, as a thank you for coming in, would you like to plug anything?
Yes, I would like to plug.
Okay, good. Harriet, Harriet, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, I'm doing a work in progress at the Pleasance Theatre in February. So
Good.
That-
Have you got a date for it?
yeah, it's the that would help. The 6th, the 6th of February at 8:00.
There you go. That's plugging. And Nish?
I am on at the Soho Theatre from the 9th to the 21st of December. What's that? 30 nights? Over-optimistic. We'll see. Please do come and stop me from looking like the victim of my own hubris.
Okay, well, do. It'd be good if, you know. And I am... my spring tour dates are now online on my website, so there's 40 of them, so please buy tickets, because buy tickets for the early dates. I think by the later dates I'm really going to hate the show. No. And also Chatty Man, Graham Norton and Dex Saturday Night Takeaway. I'm coming for you. We're going to beat you in the Comedy Award. Last Leg is definitely going to win the award on Thursday night. Watch yourself, Norton.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.